Something unexpected just happened in Japan, and SB19 fans have every reason to be excited. SB19 Special Wackus at Simula pop-up store at Tower Records Shibuya in Tokyo has officially been extended. The pop-up was originally scheduled to end on August 18th. But now, because of popular demand, Tower Records Shibuya has extended the event until August 23rd at 8 p.m. And while 5 extra days may not sound like a huge deal, the reason behind this extension makes it much more interesting. This isn't simply a store changing its schedule. It is another sign that SB19 is creating real momentum in Japan. The group has spent the past several days making major moves across the country. They performed at Summer Sonic 2026. They appeared on Japanese television. They held a fan meeting in Yokohama. They connected with Japanese artists. And now their dedicated pop-up store is staying open longer than originally planned. So what exactly is happening? Let's break it down. The Wackus at Simula pop-up at Tower Records Shibuya was created as part of SB19's Japanese activities. The store featured exclusive SB19 merchandise connected to the group's music, including clothing, accessories, acrylic items, stickers, and other collectibles. For fans visiting Tokyo, it became another place where they could experience SB19 beyond the music itself. But the important part is what happened after the pop-up opened. The response was strong enough that Tower Records decided to extend the event. According to the announcement, the extension was made because of popular demand. That means fans now have additional time to visit the store, purchase merchandise, and experience the SB19 display. And this comes at an incredibly important moment for the group, because SB19's Japan trip has already been packed with major milestones. One of the biggest was their appearance at Summer Sonic 2026. SB19 performed in both Osaka and Tokyo, putting their music in front of Japanese festival audiences. For a Filipino group, performing at one of Japan's biggest music festivals is already a major achievement. But SB19 didn't stop there. Their Tokyo performance became even more memorable when they shared the stage with Japanese artist Kento Nakajima for Gento. That moment immediately attracted attention from both Filipino and Japanese fans. It showed that SB19 was not simply coming to Japan to perform their own songs. They were also building connections within the Japanese music industry. And those connections could become extremely important in the future. Then there was another major milestone. SB19 made their Japanese television debut on the morning program Day. The group performed Wackus and Lawless, giving Japanese television viewers another opportunity to discover them. For an artist entering a new market, television exposure can be extremely valuable. It introduces the group to people who may not already know them through social media or international music platforms. And then came the fan connection. SB19 held their I Was There Thanksgiving fan meet in Yokohama on August 18th. So within a short period of time, SB19 had a major festival appearance, television exposure, a fan meeting, and a dedicated merchandise pop-up. That is a lot for one Japan visit. And now the pop-up is getting extra days. But there is another detail that makes the story even more interesting. SB19's presence in Japan has not been limited to Tokyo. During their activities, an SB19-themed vending machine also appeared at Yokohama Station. Reports said merchandise sold out early on the first day, with purchase limits introduced afterward. These moments may seem small individually, but together they tell an important story. There is clearly interest surrounding SB19 in Japan, and this is exactly what an international expansion looks like in its early stages. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens through repeated exposure, a performance here, a television appearance there, collaboration with a local artist, fan meeting, a special release, a merchandise event, and eventually the audience begins to grow. SB19 is currently going through that process in Japan, and their Japanese release of Wackus at Simula makes the strategy even clearer. The Japanese edition included Japanese lyric translations and Japan-exclusive bonus tracks. That means SB19 isn't simply bringing their existing Philippine releases into Japan. They're making an effort to adapt their music and presentation for Japanese listeners. That is a very important difference. Because Japan is one of the world's largest music markets, It is also a market with its own unique music culture, artists, fan communities, and entertainment industry. Breaking into that environment is extremely difficult. But SB19 is slowly creating their own space, and Tower Records is becoming part of that story. Tower Records Shibuya is one of the most recognizable music retail locations in Tokyo. So having an SB19 pop-up there gives the group physical visibility in one of Japan's major music destinations. Fans can literally walk into the store and see SB19 represented. And now they'll be able to do that for several more days. The extension until August 23rd means the original closing date is no longer the end of the story. Instead, fans have another opportunity to experience the pop-up. And for SB19, the bigger takeaway is the demand itself. This is not just about merchandise. It's about recognition. It's about people becoming curious. It's about Japanese audiences slowly becoming familiar with the name SB19. And that's where the group's recent international strategy becomes interesting. SB19 has been building their global presence step by step. They've performed internationally. They've appeared at major festivals. They've collaborated with artists from other countries. They've continued expanding their audience outside the Philippines. Japan now looks like another major part of that journey. And the timing couldn't be better. Summer Sonic gave SB19 a massive stage. Japanese television gave them mainstream exposure. Their fan meeting gave them a direct connection with supporters. And the Tower Records pop-up gives them a physical presence in Tokyo. Put all of that together and you get something much bigger than one event. You get momentum, and momentum can be extremely important when an artist is entering a new market. The question now is, what comes next? Could SB19 return to Japan for a larger concert? Could there be more Japanese collaborations? Could another Japanese television appearance happen? Could future releases be created specifically with the Japanese market in mind? We don't know yet, but the current signs are encouraging. The pop-up extension is not proof that SB19 has completely conquered the Japanese market. It's too early to say that, but it is proof that their current Japanese activities are generating enough interest for Tower Records to keep the experience going. And that's something worth paying attention to, because sometimes the biggest international breakthroughs begin with small signals. A few extra days, a sold-out item, a new collaboration, a television appearance, a growing fan base. Then, eventually, something much bigger happens. SB19 may be at that stage right now. Their Japan journey has already given fans several unforgettable moments. And now, instead of saying goodbye on August 18th, the Wackus at Simula pop-up continues until August 23rd at 8 p.m. Japan is getting a little more SB19, and Aten are getting a little more time to experience this chapter. But perhaps the biggest question isn't how long the pop-up will stay open. The real question is what SB19 will do after it closes. Because if this Japan trip has shown us anything, it's that the group is no longer simply testing the waters. They're actively building connections. They're introducing themselves to Japanese audiences. They're working with Japanese artists. They're appearing on Japanese media. And they're creating experiences specifically for fans in Japan. That could be the foundation for something much bigger. So, Aten, what do you think? Should SB19 return to Japan for a full concert? Should they release more Japanese songs? Or should we expect another major collaboration with a Japanese artist? Whatever happens next, one thing is already clear. SB19's Japan chapter isn't over. The Tower Records pop-up was supposed to close. Instead, it got extended. And that simple announcement carries a powerful message. Japan isn't finished with SB19 yet. Japan fire. And if the momentum continues, this may only be the beginning of a much bigger SB19 story in Japan. So stay tuned because the next chapter could be even bigger. And if you're an SB19 fan, make sure to subscribe for more updates, performances, achievements, and the latest SB19 news from around the world.